kind of got sick of the Bay Area, the attitudes of people there a little bit. They talk about how diverse they are and things like that. And, it's fine if you're diverse like them, but, showing up with a deer on the bumper doesn't fly in Marin County, But there was just I don't know. I felt that there was an elitist attitude there, that if you weren't their way politically, their way, environmentally, all of that, you were looked down upon.
So, white people calling the police on black people. It's an epidemic these days. I mean, I'll read you some of the things. Barbecuing while black, not a good idea, apparently. A little girl selling lemonade.
While black.
She has no permit. She has no permit.
Permit Patty, made sure of that.
No permit.
Yeah, the kid mowing the lawns was another one. He had no permit either. A lady trying to use a drugstore coupon.
Yep.
How about napping while black? That's apparently. So, your thoughts?
I mean, that is a specific group. These are specific people's actions. And I think that it wouldn't matter what color the person is. That person is calling the cops for anything.
You think?
Yeah. You know what? You're crossing the street and the light's not red.
Yeah.
Why'd you cross before? Oh, you're from New York City, so you walk in the street regardless. Okay, 911.
But there seems to be more of it lately.
Yeah, well, it's being caught because of the cameras.
That's true. Yeah.
We're
So you
starting
think
to
it was
see-
always happening?
Yeah. It's just now, it's like even the police, when we see their activity now, it's because everything's on tape now because of cell phones.
Yeah. White dudes can't be racist. No, that's all white dudes do all day long, trying to prove they're not racist. What you feel about the OJ verdict? That's the downfall of white guys, the OJ verdict. Hey man, you upset black dude killed a white woman? No. I'm upset when any man kills any woman for any reason. I'm walking through Harlem. I'm kind of lost right now, but I see a few black guys walking towards me, but I can't run. If I start running, they'll call me a racist. Run, stupid, run, right?
Of course, you all heard about the tragedy at Texas A&M. They built that tower of logs, which they've done for about 90 years for no good reason. It fell down. Get this. Now the school is spending $1 million to study why it fell.
Is the football team all charged up the next day going, they built a fire for us last night?
Yeah.
You see that sucker burn?
Football team's not there. They're in the hotel.
The team's not there. That's right.
Yeah.
These are all the people that didn't make the team going, let's build a fire.
But it seems so obvious that if you respect what happened, you would basically never do it again. That would be the true way to honor the people that died.
Right. Why? Why not just don't build it again?
Because it's tradition.
It's tradition.
Yeah.
What is that
90
mean?
years, like you said.
But tradition means what?
Well, has it fallen before? That's my question.
It did fall once in 1994. Miraculously, no one was hurt. But even if it didn't, why do something just because you always did it? Is that a good reason to do something?
Yeah, when you go to college, that's the whole fun of it. You have tradition. People look forward to this. They want to do it. Just let them do it. But not if it hurts someone. I understand that. I think $1 million is a bit steep. Sure, investigate. I'm sure the parents of the deceased would appreciate that. But, it's a bunch of kids who got drunk and got carried away and used really bad judgment.
Yeah.
And you want to carry that tradition on?
No, I said not carry that.
I feel bad for white dudes now. Because we coming a long way, man. We could do some white guy crime. That's traditional white guy stuff. Sniper, nobody thought that was a black dude, man. That's traditional, crazy white guy stuff. Like chloroforming women. That's a white guy crime. Put chloroform and put That's white guy's the chloroformer in the park. Mister, you have the time? Mister, you have the time? Yeah, sure, it's... Wake up hanging in the basement. He be in the corner. Black guy couldn't be the chloroformist. Miss, can I have the time? No, I can't help you. He'd be standing there with the fumes. Excuse me, you got the time? I'm the chloroformist.
10 years ago, in 1987, I started getting fined by the FCC. And what happened was all the big corporations I worked for, Viacom, Clear Channel, they bowed to the government. They didn't challenge anything. They didn't go and say, gee, are we really indecent or obscene? I don't think there's one thing I've ever said on the radio that would have been found indecent or obscene.
No, you just talk sex talk.
Right.
Big
deal.
Are you going to ratchet that up?
I don't know. You know, there's no restrictions. Here's the analogy. You ever watch the Chris Rock special on HBO, his first one? I think it's some of the most brilliant comedy I have ever seen.
But there's a lot of F words in it.
There's a lot of language,
Right.
There's a lot of concepts that they couldn't allow on network television. If you took that same special and you put it on NBC television in prime time, they would chop it up and edit it.
You can't use the F
You'd
word
be
in commercial
bored.
television.
Forget just the F word. You can't talk about certain aspects of your sex life. You can't talk about certain views that you might have or topics. The special would be horrible. That's the difference. My show was revolutionary, groundbreaking. When I came on the scene, people were not doing a thing. There were no Bill O'Reillys even who gave their opinion. I remember news guys used to be, call us with your opinion. News guy didn't even give his opinion. The state of radio changed when I got into it.
White dudes are finished, man. You are, you really are. You know you are. It's sad. It's sad for me. It's no fun no more. Can't be racist. It's beautiful. I'm so happy I can be racist now. Isn't that fantastic? People look at me like, man, you're a racist, man. It's beautiful. Because Arabs are the new man. Arabs... And black people know it. Black people, we are really good at being racist, man. Black people look at Arabs like white people look at us. Officer. We call them them. You know it. I'm a filthy racist. Yep. I'm a dirtbag. I'm no good. Black and white people rule the earth. Why? Because we picked a color. Why didn't anybody else pick a color, man? Why everybody got to be specific all the time? Call somebody Japanese, Chinese, you get a big, what makes you think I'm, and you be like, oh my God, man, your eyes do the same. I didn't know this. Palestinians don't like to be called Pakistanis. I thought Arab was Arab. Nope. Call a Pakistani dude Palestinian. Hey, so where you from? Palestinian? Spit at you, too. Do I look like a... Like you're supposed to know. Do I look like a Palestinian? Dirty... And you be like, oh my God, can I just get my gum? I really don't care where you're from. When people just look at me all day long, call me black, right? But I don't go, why? Don't you see the Bayesian in my nose, huh? How dare you?
Everyone around me tried to pick my candidate for me. Mm-hmm. And then told me every time I said I like Trump that I couldn't say it out loud or my career would be over. I'd get kicked out the black community because blacks we're supposed to have a monolithic thought. We can only be Democrats and all. So even when I said it right before I went to the hospital and I expressed myself, and when I came out, I had lost my confidence. So I didn't have the confidence to take on the world and the possible backlash. And it took me a year and a half to have the confidence to stand up and put on the hat, no matter what the consequences were. And what it represented to me is not about policies, and because I'm not a politician like that, but it represented overcoming fear and doing what you felt, no matter what anyone said, and saying, you can't bully me. Liberals can't bully me, news can't bully me, the hip hop community, they can't bully me. Because at that point, if I'm afraid to be me, I'm no longer Ye. That's what makes Ye. And I actually quite enjoy when people actually are mad at me about certain things.
You must enjoy it.
Yeah.
I look in the mirror sometimes and think about how it all started. Small town Alabama, from city life we departed. Not a single light in the street, morning was scary and dark. To a little boy catching the bus to school, 5:30 sharp. I used to make up songs to keep my mind from